Special teams was great in this game. You know, Cody did a good job punting. Kickoff coverage was really good. To get a kickoff return and a punt return both for touchdowns in a game is, you know, outstanding. We had a couple other big plays that changed field position, you know, in special teams, and the coverage was great. You know, the number one goal in special teams is control vertical field position, and I thought that was a big part of this game tonight. Not only the return game, but also the good punts, the good coverage, the drive starts created by the kickoff coverage team, several inside of 20. Those things are huge advantages, and you know, affects the offense in terms of what they can do. I think that people take for granted that just because a guy has a lot of skill, that it doesn't take experience to be a good returner. I think it does. I think just the judgment of when to take the shot, as to catch the ball and run with it, when to make a fair catch. And you know, last year was Christian's first time doing this stuff, and he had some opportunities last year, but he learned a lot from it. He's done a great job in the off season. I think we have really good team speed, so we have a lot of guys that are good on special teams. And I think that's helpful. Some of them are young players, but they certainly did a good job tonight. And we want our return game to be a weapon for us, and it certainly was tonight. Well, they did. They moved on us up front. We whiffed a few times because they have good quickness, and you know, they overloaded the side and then would slant back. So. And they were running us down from the backside because we weren't getting them cut off. So they just kind of outplayed us up front, if you want to know the truth. You know, their 99 gave us a lot of problems in pass protection. Pushed the pocket. We were soft. We didn't have a solid pocket. The quarterback didn't feel comfortable. Timing in the passing game wasn't what it needs to be in terms of, you know, how much time we had to throw it, how much time we had to get open. So those are the kind of things that I think we really need to improve on. But we didn't handle their pressure very well. We didn't handle their movement very well. And we didn't get much movement when they didn't move. So those things all add up to being not so good. Well, first of all, I think it helps prepare our team for playing in our league, which is very difficult. Playing on the road in our league, which is very difficult. And I think when you play against a good team, sort of what I just said, it makes you realize what you have to do to play against the good teams in our league and how we need to improve. So, you know, I think there's a lot of benefits to it. I think there's a lot of exposure that we get because we play in these games. I think playing in these games in 2008 and 2009 did as much to kickstart our program as anything that we ever did, because it was game day. In those days, it was the only game. So we got a tremendous amount of exposure. We played Clemson and Virginia Tech, who both had good teams and were ranked teams, and we were able to beat them both. And I really think that, you know, that helped kickstart, you know, our program to become what it's become. You know, they didn't do anything on offense that we practiced against. All right, so, you know, we knew that we didn't know how they would use their personnel. They ran a lot of option plays, a lot of two-back option plays. We hadn't practiced against it at all. We played against it before. And our players on defense did a fantastic job of adjusting in the game. And other than the 75, 77-yard run where we got out of position on a stunt, and the secondary didn't squeeze the ball properly, I thought the defense did a pretty good job all night, and we have a lot of respect for Logan Thomas, and got off the field on third down. I thought he played well. I thought he executed well. I think, you know, they dropped a couple balls that probably hurt his stats, but I think the guy's a really good player. But I think there's a lot of things that we can improve on in the secondary as well. You know, we've got some new players playing. I thought they played well and adjusted well in the game today, which I think is really critical. You know, Jerry's never really played star before and did a really good job in the game. John Fulton did a good job in the game. You know, Vinny did a nice job. So the whole group did a really nice job, you know, of adjusting to the things that we had to adjust to in the game. But I think our players on defense kind of understand the system. They kind of believe in it. They kind of and they have enough, we have enough experience out there that they can adapt to things that we haven't played or practiced against. We'd have probably played more players if we had practiced against some of the stuff that they were doing, which was a good scheme. I thought he did well under the circumstances. He didn't have a lot of room to run. You know, but I thought he made good things happen. I thought he ran hard. I thought he was physical. He did miss a block once, and we got sacked because of it, and had an opportunity for a big play. So, you know, you can't put all this stuff on the offensive line. You know, it's really all about the offensive team all doing things the way they need to execute together, trust and believe in one another so that we can make this work. And it's going to take leadership. It's going to take people recommitting themselves. It's going to a standard that's going to help us improve and get better, and I'm sure we will do that, and TJ will too.